After the game, traditionally there's a handshake. Might we see the first ever post-Super Bowl bear hug instead of a handshake? Will you guys be in the mood? One of you after the game for that.
I've given absolutely no consideration to the post-game handshake or bear hug or anything else. I've not thought about that for 1 second, Jerry. Have you, Jim?
I have not.
Hi, he's Eric Edholm, senior editor at Pro Football Weekly. I am Hub Arkish, and we are reporting for you live from New Orleans at Super Bowl XLVII. It's been a great week so far. This actually being put together for you on Friday after we witnessed the first ever at the Super Bowl, the two coaches sharing a joint Friday morning press conference. Now, you all know why. It's the Harbaugh, the first time we've ever had brothers together coaching against each other in a significant NFL game, let alone a Super Bowl. So they did their press conference this morning. And Eric, I think coming down, a lot of us felt by Thursday, Friday, we would have had enough of the whole Harbaugh story. I don't think so. I'm enjoying it, and I thought it was a great press conference this morning.
They're the first family of the NFL right now. I mean, put the Mannings aside, which is crazy to think in New Orleans where they're from, but the Harbaugh story I don't think has gotten old. And we've heard about Jack, we've heard about Jackie, their mom. We've heard about Joni, their sister. The relationship with Tom Crean. Obviously, she's married to him too. So there's so many great angles, and they really were a great sports family. And so it's so cool to see their different backgrounds. Jim was the better player. John got the NFL job first. They came up, they took different paths. They worked for their dad. I love how it all came together. They met last Thanksgiving, and here they are in the Super Bowl, and they both deserve to be here.
Now, one of the things I've reported on at our website during the course of the week is that Jim Harbaugh is an old friend of mine. I know him pretty well. Don't know John as well. What I did not know about the Harbaugh family until Friday morning, though, was their mom's dad, their grandpa, 97 years old. Not only here, but spry and enjoying the event. It makes it such a great family story and added more to it, I think, at the Friday morning press conference. The other interesting note is John, we've said all week, the more polished of the two, showed up in the Brooks Brothers gray flannel.
Yep.
Jim showed up in a 49er t-shirt, his hat, and his khakis, and that's the difference that is going to remain between these two. I'm sure it won't change over the years.
Yeah, that befits their personalities, and it was neat to see those guys and how they approach the different press conferences. I'll share one quick anecdote. I was coming back into the media center the other day. It was right after Jack, their father, had conducted his joint press conference with his wife, which was also a cool experience, and Jack just had this smile on his face, and he looked so thrilled. It wasn't fake. There was nobody else around, and I said to him, are you enjoying this as much as you look to be enjoying this? He said, I feel like I'm floating right now. And he really was. This is so cool for him, so cool for the family, and I think a great story for the NFL.
Well, and another aspect about the Harbaughs that doesn't come across enough, because Jim in particular has this reputation of being wound a little tight. I've also known Jack for most of those 25 years. He always has that smile on his face.
Yeah.
The fact that his sons have accomplished what they have, I think, just adds to it. The one other note is they were asked at the press conference, have you thought at all about the post-game handshake, bear hug, what will it be? And in a separate question, they were asked, the fact that it's your brother, does it make you worry about winning? Are you upset about the possibility of your brother losing? And Eric, they both said, A, I haven't thought 10 seconds about the post-game handshake or bear hug, and B, no, I want to win the game.
Yeah, no chance. I mean, when they were, shooting pucks at chicken wire for a net back in the old days, they were trying to beat the heck out of each other, just like they will on Sunday. That's the competitive spirit they had back in 2011 in that Thanksgiving Bowl. That's the approach they've taken in every other game they've been involved in, whether it was as GAs for their dad at Western Kentucky, or whether it's the Super Bowl on Sunday. And I don't expect that to change one bit.
The Super Bowl, because of the size and scope of the spectacle, is famous for overwhelming you with stories that by midweek, late in the week, you say, I just don't want to hear it anymore. And I think a lot of people coming to New Orleans were worried that the Harbaugh would be one of those stories. It has been the opposite. It becomes more entertaining every moment we get closer to the game. Can't wait to see John and Jim on opposite sidelines. That'll do it for this particular video from New Orleans. For Eric Edholm, I'm Hub Arkish. For all the best coverage of Super Bowl XLVII, as well as the best in the NFL, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, stay with us right where you're at ProFootballWeekly.com.